Gates' persuasive speech. As a toddler, a little girl dreams of becoming a princess, just like the one she watches on TV. She longs to be beautiful, royal, and swept off her feet by a handsome prince. In reality, no girl grows up to be a Disney princess. By the time that little girl grows up to be a teenager, she has already been damaged by the emphasis on being skinny and beautiful. It is because of today's society, beauty pageants, magazines, social networks, and weight loss commercials that many teens have a negative body image. Women used to be appreciated for their thick body, so how exactly did all of this begin? During the 1970s, feminists became popular. Feminists from all over expressed the need for equality amongst men and women, creating the ideal life. It includes the stride of equal responsibility in caring for a family, as well as allowing women to enter the workforce in a more prominent phase. In the early 2000s, Time magazine released a quote, "Feminism today is wed to the culture of celebrity and self-obsession." It is as though society has forgotten all about the feminist movement, in which women fought for appreciation and equality. The 1990s, however, were the days when body image changed drastically. According to ProQuest, during the 1990s, men began consuming protein shakes, and women were in search of slim bodies and large breasts. At this time, facelifts were also invented, allowing women to become someone other than themselves. Later, studies of women magazines proved that women magazines contained mainly weight reduction advertisements, whereas men magazines held ads on muscle toning. Finally, in the early 2000s, nationwide studies in high schools showed that 1 in 4 girls had an eating disorder, and 1 in 10 boys had some sort of weight control. In 2007, the journal Pediatrics published a 5-year study demonstrating that adolescent girls who frequently read magazines were more likely to engage in unhealthy weight control behaviors like fasting, vomiting, or taking laxatives. Teens engaging in such activities obviously have a negative body image, which is not at all healthy. A negative body image all begins at an early age, the time when parents begin enrolling their children in beauty pageants. The image is all too familiar, a young girl dressed in high heels in a gorgeous gown. It used to be that becoming a princess was only a dream, but today beauty pageants are making that dream come true for many children. Fake hair, eyelashes, flippers, spray tans, several costume changes, and thousands of dollars go into a single beauty contest. One might argue that it teaches a girl to have self-confidence, yet studies show that girls who begin participating in pageants at a young age forget about the importance of personality and focus only on the physical aspect of a human being. According to Melinda Tankard-Reist, author of Pageants Reeking of Blatant Exploitation, child psychologists have proven that beauty pageants are harmful for a toddler to engage in. Reist interviewed a contestant at a beauty pageant who told her, "Facial beauty is the most important thing in life and in pageants." Is that really the message we want to be sending to young girls? Are looks really the only things that matter? According to the Royal Australian and New Zealand College of Psychiatrists, competing in pageants can have consequences that affect identity, self-esteem, and body perception. Beauty pageants have a lasting effect, giving dissatisfaction when a girl becomes an adult and influencing eating disorders. Every girl wants to have that ideal look in order to become pageant queen. In no time, a child goes from being surrounded by the pressure of being grand champion at a beauty contest to being pressured by the expectations she finds in magazines and social media. She longs to have that perfect body, skinny, pretty hair, long legs, and clear skin, something that is nearly impossible. According to Meenakshi Durham, author of The Lolita Effect, on a typical day, a teen is faced with 200 cable channels, 5,500 magazines, 10,500 radio stations, more than 30 million websites, and 122,000 books. In the book Ophelia Speaks, the author describes cutting out pictures of bodies in magazines that she would like to achieve. She found that she oftentimes set herself up for failure. Studies have proven that every girl has a different body type, so no matter how much you long to become stick thin, with long legs, clear skin, and long thick hair, not every girl can achieve it. A girl who is thick-boned has no chance of becoming stick thin like majority of the models that she admires. Many teen magazines possess models striking a provocative pose on the front cover. We often hear the saying, if you've got it, flaunt it. But in today's society, that has developed into a sexualized female flaunting more than the public needs to see. Teens today surround themselves with many different types of media: social networks, commercials, posters, fashion magazines, and online shopping. Durham, author of The Lolita Effect, stated that children and teenagers today have become zombie-like victims of the media. Their sexuality is based only on what they view in the media as cool. As mentioned by Dr. Diane E. Levin and educator Jean Kilbourne, authors of So Sexy, So Soon, children are encompassed by the media from the time they wake up in the morning to the time they go to bed. There is no escaping the media in this day and age, and in fact, many people are becoming addicted. The constant media attention ingraids images into the minds of viewers. Many people dismiss the media as background noise, but it really does inflict viewers in many different ways. We're trying to keep the number of teens engaging in sexual activity low, right? Then why is it that teens are bombarded with sexualized media? Some teens say that it gives them the answers to questions they don't feel comfortable asking their parents about. How is it that girls feel they must be sexy in order to win over a boy? That too can be blamed on the media, as well as the products being marketed in the media. Overall, media can be both helpful and harmful, but research shows that it may contain more harm than good. The media is degrading to girls of all ages, causing a great deal of pressure to look ideal. Majority of people know that media is portraying false hope, yet they still fill their free time engaging in media. That's just the problem. In the late 2000s, a social network known as Instagram was released. The network is a place where people can share photos as well as comment on other photos. According to Cecilia Kang, author of For Girls on Instagram, Beauty is Screen Deep, Instagram has allowed girls to post pictures where they can compete with others. Young girls post selfies in hopes of becoming gorgeous. Are looks really all that society thinks about now? Does beauty really affect success? In 2012, statistics were released that 50% of children between the age of 8 and 10 are unhappy with their body. It is because of things like beauty pageants, magazines, television, and social networking that children are finding themselves uncomfortable with their own body. If we don't help create a world where children can be comfortable with themselves, the future of our nation will not be promising.